Alright, so here we are. We've got some fruits all set up here, and I'm going to cut them open, maybe measure them for you and cut them open, and we'll talk about them. So here we got the TaiTri, and this is this one is a little bit small, but it's about 5 centimeters wide, and move that out of the way. This one also, actually I had this in the, this is the Lemandarin, and I've had this in the fridge for a couple weeks, so it's kind of shrank a little bit. This one is about, say about 6.5 centimeters wide. It's kind of flat. You see the bottom of it has that little ring too. This is a little Glen. It's tiny. It's only about almost 3 centimeters wide. This is actually kind of a smaller Swingle. This one's about 7 millimeters wide and close to 8 millimeters tall. Here's the Clem times trifoliate times Lemandarin, or clementine. This one is nearly 5 centimeters wide and probably about 4.5 tall. So I can't find my little tripod, so I'm gonna have to kind of stop and, sorry about the dogs, stop and cut them open and then show you. Alright, one second. Alright, so here we are. I've got them all cut up, and this is the TaiTri. Now when I was cutting this, you know, I did notice that bit of the trifoliate scent to it. It's got a little bit of that skunky scent to it. So let's open it up and see. It does look really similar to a trifoliate. Regular Ponsaris trifoliate. What's lacking though is the resin. That's all like that sticky resin that's on the outside of the fruit, and when you taste it, it's just kind of sour, bitter, but it's something you can work with. It's not like, it's definitely a step up from regular Ponsaris trifoliate or flying dragon, so you don't have that nasty resin that sticks on your tongue or on your fingers when you mess with it. So here's the Swingle, and you cut it, you know, when you're cutting it open you could smell a little bit of that little scent to it, but it's not bad. It's not got a it's got a bunch of seeds in it, but it's not as much as the TaiTri. TaiTri is almost all seeds there, but there is some flesh and juice. It is juicy, I can tell you that. Swingle, this is it's even more, I find it's something you could actually work with more too. It's just like a kind of like an off-tasting lemon a little bit to me. It's not that bad, and these actually make really good rootstock if you're trying to grow something really quick, get it to size. So here's the Glen Citrangedin. It's kind of like a calamondin. It's got a nice little orange flesh to it, and it's got a good flavor. Actually, it's kind of tastes like a almost like an almost unripe orange. Pretty good. You could squeeze a bunch of these if you had some patience and make a really good aid drink to it. Here's the clementine times trifoliate times clementine. Now, what I like about this fruit is that it is got this kind of really bright, it even gets a little brighter kind of orange to it later on, but when you cut it open, it's got this cool contrasty green. Look at that green flesh. It's really cool. So I try to put all the lights up here in the room and add extra light so I can capture this kind of green, cool looking limeish color of the inside of this. So I'm gonna try to let's compare. Here's the Glen. See, that's pretty orange. And then the TaiTri's got like a yellow, more like a yellowish. This is definitely like a yellowish. Okay, so flavor-wise, it just tastes kind of sour. No real off flavors to me. The TaiTri has some off flavors, but still, it's definitely a step up from Panceris trifoliate. Definitely pretty hearty. It goes into dormancy by losing all its leaves and ripening this fruit really quick. So here we go with Lemandarin. Definitely, of course, I'm going to be partial to this. This is one of my favorites. You don't even have to cut this open to eat it. You just actually peel it. It's a super easy peel. It's like a zipper peel. Let me go ahead and show it to you. Now the inside of this looks, look at that. It looks like a satsuma basically. So the parentage is likely a mandarin times lemon times mandarin times Taiwanica. So here's the fruit. It looks just like kind of a regular looking satsuma, but a little more seedy. It's got the big vesicles in there. Definitely the best fruit I've got out now, other than Karaji. Karaji's very good too. It's like the top. Karaji's probably like number one. Well, actually, these are probably hand in hand, 1 and 2. I do have Mick out there too, which is pretty good. So let's see. Let's give it a taste. This actually has some sweet flavor to it. Very agreeable taste. Easy to eat. You could actually just sit down and eat these. All the rest of these fruit, this Swingle you could use as a lemon substitute. TaiTri you could make I don't know if you maybe some jelly or something out of it. Glen, you could use this as a garnish. You could squeeze it over fish, along with these other ones too. The clementine times trifoliate times clementine, really just kind of cool looking. Also could use it as a garnish. You could actually make an aid out of this too, a drink. The Lemandarin, you actually could just kind of pick a bunch of these. They ripen around October, end of October. If you let them hang in there a little longer, then they get even more sweet. If you're lucky enough to harvest these before a frost, and maybe in November, they're really good. So that's just these fruit. I've got some other ones we'll look at some other point too. But here you go. That's it for now. Alright, we've got another one. This is a US 852. I had a small start in my yard before and somehow lost it, but a good buddy of mine, citrus friend of mine, sent me some fruit, so I get to try it again and share it with you. This one I've got, this is what the intact fruit look like. It's got a really nice orangey color to it. If anything, it's ornamental if you're able to grow these. Here's the fruit sliced. Got a really thin skin. Thin rind, that is. When I cut into it, I had, there's a really slight trifoliate taste, scent to it, but not that bad. This one's been able to ripen pretty well. So if you grow these and have to pick them before they're fully ripe, you're you're probably gonna have a different kind of experience as far as flavor and everything, but this was able to ripen pretty well. So let's see, there's not that, I mean, there's a good amount of seeds in there. It does look somewhat like an orange, and does have that orange scent to it, as well as the just a slight trifoliate. But it kind of reminds me, I'm looking at it, looks like a little bit like a US 119, but not as, the 119 doesn't have as many seeds on it. So let me see if I can try this. It's tart. It's not bad. It tastes like if you picked an orange before it's ripe. This would be, I almost could eat this out of hand like this if I wanted something sour. This would be something that looks like it would make a good, like an aid juice with some sugar and a little bit of dilution. It's not bad. I'm gonna try growing this out in the yard again. I'm gonna graft it out and see how it does for me. This is pretty cool. So this is an US 852, and might be worth another shot. I'll give it another try.